Hi everyone, it's me Kimberly. We've created a sneak peek at our new AccessAlly 3.2.0 release. So just wanted to give you guys a look behind the scenes, and feel free to pop in any comments here if you have questions about any of these new upcoming features. We've added a new feature to this release for strong customer authentication, or SCA. AccessAlly is now SCA ready, and EU clients can verify their payment when making purchases with AccessAlly order forms. There is no additional configuration required for payments that require SCA. Clients will be prompted to validate their credit card by clicking on a button. There are a few additional steps for clients using the advanced styling option, and there will be a guide provided with the release so that you'll know exactly how to do that. So I filled out the billing information here, and I am going to go ahead and pop in the credit card number and add the expiration date and the CVV number. When I hit Pay Now, if I'm affected by this new regulation, a box will appear on the screen that reminds me to click the button below to complete the security verification. And once they hit Authenticate, it will take them through the required steps so that they can authenticate their purchase. And that's how the new SCA feature is going to work on your site. The next new feature that I wanted to cover with you is the AccessAlly Setup Wizard. So we have created a simplified onboarding wizard to reduce the onboarding steps so that there is a minimum of input required to get AccessAlly integrated. You can create and configure key pages so the site is ready to use. So let's take a tour. First, it's going to have your email address, license key, and if you're using ProgressAlly, the ProgressAlly license key as well. In the next step, it's going to prompt you for what CRM system you're using. After that, it will walk you through the steps to integrate with your chosen CRM. Next, it will ask if you want to store passwords on your site, and if you do not want to store passwords, it will give you some information about features that may be impacted if you choose this option. Next, it'll ask you for questions about your payment processor. And if you're using AccessAlly order forms, it will give you a mention about needing an SSL certificate. Or if you're not planning to use the built-in order forms, it will give you some documentation around some of the features that may not work if you're using another order form system. If you choose to use AccessAlly order forms, it'll ask if you want to use Stripe, PayPal, or both. Next, it will prompt you for your Stripe and or PayPal information to get your accounts set up. And it'll let you designate a payment currency that you'd like to be used as your primary currency for your site. Once you hit the congratulations message, it will ask if you'd like to generate key pages automatically for your site. And if you do, it'll go ahead and give you a little bit of information about those key pages. And if you decide not to, it'll let you manually configure the key pages for your site as well. In this release, we've also got some exciting new features for member directories. The first one that I wanted to talk to you about today is custom field-based filters for the user directory. So right now, you can see that my members here in my profile directory are selecting a state that they're from within the US, and then also a specialty that they have, what they specialize in their business. So what's really great now is with the directory, they can be filtered by location, and people can choose to see all the people located within a certain location. Or they could come to specialty on this example and click any specialty to see all of the members who belong to that specialty. So this is set up inside the AccessAlly user directory under profiles, and I'm just going to give you a quick peek at that. It's a custom field in the CRM. And now you can go ahead and for those cases where it could be spelled different or used initials instead of spelling it all the way out. For example, North Carolina could be NC to some people if they're filling out their own profile. Now you will be able to say, I only want certain values used for my drop downs. And so that way everybody will drop down in their profile and choose the state they're from, and everybody's state for North Carolina will look the same. And that way you don't have any typos typos or any weird issues with what they're picking or what they're typing in for their profile. So I really love this. You can select and type in each different location that you want presented here, and then they could choose that from the drop down. So also same way for the custom field in the CRM for specialty, I've just put in a few placeholder examples of specialties, and you can definitely add these in, and then that way the drop downs in their profile will let them select one of those specialties. So these are not just limited to location and specialty. Basically, if you have got a custom field in the CRM, you can use this feature, and now your directory could also be sorted by things like the bio or any other fields that you want to add to your directory. So that's a really great new change to our directory. Also, I wanted to show you one other thing that's really exciting about the directory. You'll notice right here that there is a new look for the directory too. So now inside this new feature release, we're going to have two options for what the directory looks like. So I'm just going to click on Directories right here and click on Miscellaneous, and you'll see that there are two types now. Traditional look and feel is the one that we've been used to seeing on the member profiles and the member directory, but now we also have the modern look and feel option, and that modern look and feel option is the one that I'm using here, which presents the search box to the left and then has the drop downs to the right. Okay, so let's talk about my profile too, since this is also part of that user directory feature. So here we are on a member profile, and I'm just going to scroll down to show you some improvements that we've made here as well. So when someone gets here, they can click on, I'll just click on the location. So I'm going to click to edit the location, and you'll see that we have added some things to kind of let your members know when they are adding something, and that they can check mark it off when they've completed the change for this spot. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and put Michigan, and I'm going to check it off, and then that'll save that new field to the directory. Same thing with all the fields here. It's really nice because now they just click the pencil, they type in the information, and then when they click that check mark, that's going to lock that in for the directory for them. So that's another exciting change that we have made to the profiles inside the user directory. And now we're going to cover the last change that I think you're going to love inside the user directory feature. If we click on profiles, I'm just going to scroll down to where I showed you those location and specialty drop downs earlier. There are now two new types of things that you can add to your profiles. Custom text will let you type in static text that is then shown on the profile and in the member directory. And if you're super geeky, you can go wild in the custom code developer section. This will allow you to do things like adding short codes from AccessAlly to become part of the directory as well. So you can go wild with those two new additions to types of things that you can add to a user profile. For this release, we've also created a new countdown timer custom operation. So we've added the ability to create a global countdown timer that's set to a specific time. And we've introduced the ability to create a countdown timer for a specific coupon. And you can use that countdown timer inside the order form or anywhere within the content. And we've also animated the countdown timer just to give you a fancy display option. So let's take a peek at this. It's set up inside AccessAlly Custom Operations, and here is the countdown timer. We've had a countdown timer here before, but we've added a few extra features to this. So right now we've got this set to show the countdown timer. The options here are contact-specific countdown timer just for logged in users. There's also the global countdown timer, which you can set to a specific day and time, and then also for a countdown timer when a coupon expires. So right now I have this set to expire on September the 8th at midnight, and it'll display your choice of text for what is what's right above the countdown timer, as well as what it'll show after it expires. And now you'll also notice that we have the simple version for the countdown timer, which is the one that you're familiar with that we've had before. But now you also have a fancy option, just adds an animated countdown timer to the page. So once again, that countdown timer feature is very exciting, and we're really happy and looking forward to this new release so that you guys can try this out. We have created a subscription custom operation. So this gives your customers the ability to create a front end button for subscription actions like canceling a subscription, stopping a subscription, or adding payment credits. And it will also allow clients to self-manage their own subscriptions. So this is a custom operation that you'll find inside this new update for AccessAlly. I have got this set to show the cancellation option. So I just created a little spot on the site, used the custom operation button, and just put a little text around canceling the membership. So we'd hate to see you go, click the button below if you really want to cancel your membership. And so now that customer who wants to cancel can click the cancel subscription button, and it will automatically give them a message that you can type in any text you like that lets them know that their subscription's being canceled. And so they just click the button, and then they'll get a message that lets them know what happens now that they've canceled. So now that we've seen the front end of this, let's take a look at what it looks like behind the scenes inside AccessAlly Custom Operations. So I have chosen subscription action as the custom operation type. I've chosen what membership I want to use for this cancellation option, but you could choose multiples if you like. And when we scroll down just a little bit, you have got a spot right here where you can choose what type of button you want to create. Is it a cancellation? Is it one that you're using for refunding? Is it a stop action? Or is it payment credits, adding payment credits? So go ahead and choose the type that you want to use. And now if we scroll down just a little bit, you could also run additional custom operations if you'd like from right here inside this one. And then you can configure what you want your button text to say and any messages that go along with the cancellation process in this case. So I've just got cancel subscription now for the button, and then a message about what happens when they do that. So that is how you can go ahead and set up your very own subscription custom operations using the new version of AccessAlly. Alright, so now I wanted to take you inside the purchase log to show you a few changes that we've made to the interface just to make this a little bit easier when managing subscription payments. Okay, but first before we do that, I'm going to show you right now, since this is set to the status of all, if you have someone who is under that new SCA, which we talked about at the very beginning of this video, if they have not yet completed that verification process, their orders will be right here as pending. What that means is their order has not been completed because they have not approved their verification piece yet. So I just wanted to give you a heads up in case you have orders that are supposed to be coming through and they're on the new SCA requirement, and for some reason that has not completed. It's because it's in pending status, waiting for that person to authorize it. So I just wanted to mention that really quick because it's nice that you can see that at a quick glance inside the purchase log. So you'll always know if someone's payment has not come through and it's related to that. It's because it's waiting for that authorization. All right, whew. So let's go ahead and talk about successful payments and subscription management. So right here we're in success mode, and I'm just going to click on this first subscription, and I'm going to choose Show Subscription Details. We've made a few changes to the interface here inside AccessAlly's purchase log to make it easier to understand what each of these options does when you're managing subscriptions here inside the purchase log. So right here you're going to see Admin Actions as a new section and Revoke Subscription, along with what this will do and what it will not do. So that way it gives a little more information about what's happening with this option. And then you can also click the Learn More to find out inner knowledge base documentation to go along with that as well. Same thing with our cancel subscription option. It'll say when a person that's an admin clicks this button, this is what will happen and this is what does not happen, and then they can learn more about that. Same thing with stop subscription and skipping payments as well. So that way it's just a little cleaner and clearer about what each one of these options can and cannot do, and it also links out to information to find out more to cut down on any confusion confusion about managing those payments. We've made an improvement to the permissions update users interface so that it's easier to resolve invalid contact ID or duplicate contact ID errors. So now when you update your users and you see the error message that you have invalid contact IDs, it'll give you 3 recommended methods for resolving this issue. So that way it's just a little easier to navigate those invalid contact IDs. Thank you guys so much for watching this AACP sneak peek video about our upcoming feature release of AccessAlly 3.2.0. So I covered a lot of new features today and a few improvements, but there are some additional improvements and bug fixes that are going to be in this release as well. And when we send out the release notes, you'll get all of those too, but we just wanted to give you a heads up and a little quick look around some of the new features that are coming out.